75 million years ago, in the forests of what would become Mongolia, something moved through the shadows. It had claws longer than swords, a body built like a predator, the stance of a killer. But it was eating salad. This is the Therizinosaurus, the most confused dinosaur that ever lived. And right now, it's about to face the one thing its body was never designed to handle: a real predator. This is the story of a dinosaur that evolution built backwards, a creature caught between two worlds. In the late Cretaceous, the weak didn't last long. And the Therizinosaurus? It was the strangest weakness of all. What happens when you're built like a weapon, but your only enemy is hunger? Can a dinosaur survive by being completely wrong? Therizinosaurus's inner voice. I hatched different. My siblings had normal arms, normal claws. I had these. They grew fast, too fast. By the time I was a juvenile, I couldn't run properly. The claws got in the way. The other theropods my age were learning to hunt, learning to kill. But when I tried to bite prey, I couldn't. My jaw was too weak. My teeth were wrong. So I tried plants, and it worked. My body hated it, but it worked. I grew, bigger than the hunters, bigger than the predators, but I was still slow, still confused, still wrong. I learned to use my claws for one thing: reaching food. I could hook high branches, pull them down, eat the leaves others couldn't reach. I wasn't a fighter. I was a gardener with weapons I'd never use. The Namek Formation was paradise, warm, humid, full of life. Dozens of species lived here: herbivores, omnivores, and predators. At the top of the food chain, Tarbosaurus, the Asian cousin of T-Rex. 40 feet long, 5 tons of pure muscle, bone-crushing jaws, no mercy. Therizinosaurus's inner voice. I've seen them hunt. I've seen what they do. They don't hesitate. They don't negotiate. They kill. I've stayed alive by being careful, by being boring, by not being worth the effort. My stomach is full of plants. It takes hours to digest. I'm heavy, slow. If a Tarbosaurus decides I'm worth chasing, I'm dead. So I stay with others like me. We don't fight. We don't compete. We just exist. Until today. I shouldn't have wandered this far, but the leaves here are perfect. High protein, hard to reach. Only my claws can get them. I'm so focused on eating, I don't notice the silence. Wait, where are the sounds? Something's wrong. No, 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 no. Tarbosaurus. Don't run. Running triggers the chase. Stay still. Look big. I raise my claws, each one 3 feet long, sharp, deadly looking. It's working. It's hesitating. It sees the claws. Big. Very big. Those claws. Could they hurt me? Is it worth the risk? It's circling, testing me. If I panic, I'm dead. If I run, I'm dead. My claws aren't meant for fighting. They're too thin, too fragile. One good bite, and they snap. But the Tarbosaurus doesn't know that. It just sees weapons. Come on, believe the bluff. Believe I'm dangerous. It's charging. Back off. Back off! Too risky. Those claws could slash my face, blind me, and there are easier meals nearby. It's leaving? It's actually leaving. I didn't fight. I didn't run. I just stood there, and it worked. My claws aren't weapons. They're theater. And today, the show saved my life. The Therizinosaurus was evolution's experiment, a theropod dinosaur, the same group as T-Rex and Velociraptor, that gave up meat entirely. Its pelvis resembled plant eaters. Its gut was massive for fermenting vegetation. Its teeth were weak. Everything about it screamed herbivore. Except these. The claws were inherited from predatory ancestors, but Therizinosaurus repurposed them. They were tools, hooks for high vegetation, not weapons. Studies show the claws were too thin and flat to withstand combat. One strong bite or impact would shatter them. But they looked dangerous. And in nature, looking dangerous is sometimes enough. Many modern animals survive by bluffing, by looking bigger, meaner, scarier than they really are. The Therizinosaurus lived for millions of years. It was one of the largest herbivores in its ecosystem, and it did it all by being the weirdest dinosaur ever built. There's no right way to survive. Evolution doesn't care about making sense. It cares about what works. The Therizinosaurus was backward, confused, built like a fighter, but lived like a gardener. It was so weird that when scientists first found its claws, they thought it was a sea turtle. It took decades to figure out what it actually was. And yet, it worked. For 10 million years, it worked. But none of this compares to what happens when a predator mistakes armor for weakness. A dragon built to kill water buffalo versus a creature covered in 30,000 needles. Click here to watch it.